In an apology, what matters more, the words or the attitude? In every culture, apology is a ritual that transcends language. It is a symbolic act of restoration.
Yet what truly gives value to an apology lies not in the words spoken, but in the emotional present and moral posture of the speaker.
From moral philosophy to social psychology, humans have always asked, does forgiveness arise from language or from sincerity that trembles beneath the words? An apology can be spoken with the mouth, but only attitude can reach the heart. People don't need a technically perfect apology, they need a human being who truly feels the regret. Long before written language, humans bowed, placed a hand over their heart, or stood in silence as a way of apologizing.
According to many anthropologists, apology is not just linguistic, it is ritualistic. It is a symbolic social act that helps maintain harmony.
In some indigenous communities, apologies are not delivered through words, but through multi-day processes witnessed by the community. This shows that apologies are not merely personal, they are societal responsibilities.
What remains memorable is not just the words used, but the presence, time, and effort one commits to repairing the relationship. Whether in modern offices or between friends, apology is never just saying sorry. It is saying, I'm still here, and I value this relationship more than my pride.
An apology may be perfect in form, yet meaningless if devoid of remorse.
Attitude cannot be faked.
People do not just hear words, they perceive attitude.
A remorseful look, a hesitant voice, or a phrase emerging from emotional resonance, these are signals humans deeply understand.
In existential ethics, apology is not ritualistic repetition, it is an act of moral courage to confront one's faults, to step out of comfort and into raw emotion. What gives apology its healing power is not eloquence, but ethical presence where the ego is set aside to elevate the we. According to Mehrabian's classic research in emotional communication, only 7% of meaning is conveyed by words, the rest is tone, gaze, and gestures.
This is especially true in apologies.
A grammatically perfect apology, spoken in a cold tone with evasive eyes, creates distance. Meanwhile, a clumsy sentence with teary eyes and a trembling voice fosters empathy. The human brain reacts intensely to nonverbal signals. This is the moral intuition, located deep in the limbic system. This explains why we can forgive awkward speakers but struggle with hollow apologies. Emotion is not heard by the ears but felt by the heart. Language still matters, for it shapes the message.
But words only serve when they truthfully reflect inner emotions.
In Austin's philosophy of language, words are not mere descriptions, they are actions, speech acts.
An apology becomes real only when supported by genuine behavior.
For example, I'm sorry if you felt hurt is deflective, it shifts blame. I'm sorry for what I did accepts responsibility. Language structure can elevate or distort sincerity depending on whether we use it to conceal or to reveal. Apologies do not exist in a vacuum. The way apologies are expressed and received depends deeply on cultural value systems.
In Japan, apologizing is a ritualized social norm aimed at restoring harmony, even when the speaker has no direct fault.
In the US, apologies are tied to personal responsibility and legal accountability. In the Middle East, apology involves collective honor. People apologize on behalf of their families or teams.
This diversity proves that apologies cannot be measured by words alone.
A polished apology may sound insincere in France, yet be considered respectful in South Korea. As interculturalist Edward T. Hall once said, culture determines what is polite and what is offensive.
An effective apology is not about knowing your own heart, it's about knowing how the other's heart will receive it.
And that only happens when the speaker steps out of their own worldview and into the emotional space of the other.
Language is a tool, but empathy is the bridge. Forgiveness does not come from perfect syntax, it arises from the feeling of being understood. When someone receives an apology, they are not seeking logic, they seek evidence that the other person feels their pain. Empathy is the ability to enter someone else's emotional world without judgment.
According to psychologist Daniel Goleman, empathy is the core of emotional intelligence and the key to conflict recovery.
An effective apology occurs when the speaker stops trying to be right and starts helping the other feel safe again.
That is when an apology ceases to be a linguistic action and becomes an act of emotional care.
Only when we truly care about others' feelings can our apology become a bridge to forgiveness. Today, one can learn apology skills through courses, frameworks, even 3-step formulas. But not all technically correct apologies are healing.
An apology is not a grammar exercise, it is a moral choice.
It is the moment when a person decides, I will allow my ego to elevate this relationship.
In the philosophy of Emmanuel Levinas, the present of the other is where ethics begins.
When we apologize, we do more than admit fault, we acknowledge the personhood and dignity of the other. An apology, therefore, becomes a moral declaration. I see you. I know I caused pain. I want to restore trust. No technique can replace this, because morality doesn't arise from skill, but from the free will to choose what is right.
An apology may be written correctly, but only when it is lived authentically through attitude can it reach the soul.
In a world where communication is increasingly reduced to symbols and signals, ethical presence, sincerity, and deep empathy remain irreplaceable.
If you believe apology is a human act, not just a communication skill, share this message. Like if you've ever felt an apology change how you see someone.
Follow to keep exploring how language can heal when it's joined by the heart.